The Zorthians, a race of imposing, insected aliens, towered over human standards. Their exoskeletons, gleaming with iridescent hues of emerald and violet, offered both beauty and terror. The Zorthians' advanced technology was a testament to their conquest-driven culture. They wielded plasma rifles capable of melting metal and employed drone swarms that could encircle entire cities, overwhelming defenses with relentless precision. Their military strategy was ruthless efficiency, an artful balance of raw firepower and psychological warfare. Their warships, sleek and silent, orbited each planet they targeted, their presence alone enough to instill panic. On the human front, the Zorthians began their systematic conquest. Colonies fell one after another, the Zorthians exploiting resource-rich planets while enslaving or annihilating the inhabitants. The human resistance was fragmented, disparate groups of fighters and civilians struggling to mount a coordinated defense. Attempts to fight back were met with brutal retaliation, cities were scorched, and resistance bases were obliterated before they could even organize a counterstrike. The Zorthians' superiority seemed insurmountable. The human colonies were collapsing under the weight of their might. From the Zorthian perspective, victory was not just a matter of time, it was a certainty. Their command structures were confident, their leaders dismissive of the human effort. The Zorthians viewed humanity as a primitive species, their resistance little more than a minor inconvenience. They saw themselves as liberators, bringing order to what they perceived as a chaotic, disorderly species. Their ultimate goal was total domination, ensuring that every corner of every conquered world was brought under their control. The strategy was simple: crush the resistance with overwhelming force and then assimilate or eradicate the remnants. Their technological edge made this plan seem flawless. Yet, as the Zorthians celebrated their conquests, whispers of a new human development began to circulate among their ranks. Reports of a strange new weapon, something unlike any they had seen before, trickled into their intelligence networks. The Zorthians dismissed these rumors at first, assuming they were mere propaganda or an attempt at psychological warfare. But as more evidence surfaced, the curiosity grew, and the once dismissive attitude began to wane. The humans had developed something that could potentially challenge the Zorthians' dominance. It was only a matter of time before the Zorthians would face this new, unknown threat head-on, unaware of the revolutionary shift it would bring to the war. In a derelict Zorthian research facility, the remnants of their failed experiment lay buried beneath layers of debris. During a desperate search for usable resources, a human salvage team uncovered the technology, the prototype lightsabers. These weapons, with their sleek, ergonomic design and glowing energy blades, were unlike anything humanity had ever seen. The discovery came as a beacon of hope, a potential game-changer in a war that seemed increasingly one-sided. The lightsabers, while seemingly primitive compared to Zorthian plasma rifles, held a promise that quickly sparked human imagination. Human engineers and scientists immediately set to work reverse engineering the lightsabers. They carefully dismantled the prototypes, studying their energy modulation systems and blade emission mechanisms. The challenge was formidable. The technology was advanced and unlike any human engineering. Yet, with each breakthrough, the team refined their approach, integrating human ingenuity into the design. The final product, while echoing the original, was uniquely adapted to human needs. Enhanced with adjustable energy settings and a more robust power source, these new lightsabers were not just copies but improved versions, reflecting a blend of alien sophistication and human innovation. The initial testing of these new weapons was a mix of exhilaration and trepidation. Resistance fighters, who had once faced the aliens with standard firearms and makeshift explosives, now wielded the lightsabers with a mix of awe and determination. Early demonstrations showed that these weapons could slice through Zorthian armor with ease, their energy blades cutting through metal and stone alike. Training sessions were intense. Fighters learned not only to wield the lightsabers with precision but also to master the balance and agility required to use them effectively in combat. The lightsabers proved versatile, offering both offensive and defensive capabilities, which dramatically shifted the dynamics of their skirmishes. As the resistance fighters became more proficient, a renewed sense of resolve took hold among them. The lightsabers were more than just a new weapon, they symbolized a turning point in the conflict. Human morale surged as the fighters prepared to deploy their new advantage. The lightsabers ignited a wave of hope and determination, rejuvenating their fight against the seemingly unstoppable Zorthian forces. The prospect of wielding such a powerful tool in battle galvanized their spirits, transforming their struggle from a desperate fight for survival into a renewed campaign for victory. The human resistance devised a bold plan to leverage their newfound advantage in a crucial confrontation with the Zorthians. They chose a strategically vital location, a key supply depot that the Zorthians had recently seized. The objective was clear: seize back control and disrupt the alien logistics. The plan involved a coordinated assault where lightsabers would be at the forefront, cutting through the alien defenses and causing chaos among their ranks. As the battle commenced, the Zorthian forces were caught off guard. Their initial response was a mix of disbelief and confusion. The human fighters, brandishing their lightsabers, cut through the Zorthian defenses with unprecedented ferocity. The sight of energy blades slicing through their advanced armor, and the blinding flashes of the lightsabers sent shockwaves through the alien troops. Zorthian commanders, used to their own weapons dominating the battlefield, struggled to adapt to this unexpected and formidable new threat. The humans moved with precision, using their lightsabers to deflect incoming fire and disarm their enemies in a seamless, fluid motion. The impact on the battlefield was profound. Zorthian drones, designed to overwhelm with sheer numbers, were rendered ineffective against the precise and deadly swings of the lightsabers. Alien soldiers, accustomed to superior firepower, found themselves vulnerable and disoriented. The efficiency and adaptability of the lightsabers turned the tide of the battle. The Zorthians, unable to counter the new threat effectively, began to falter. Their strategic advantage eroded as their forces were pushed back, and their once confident assault became a desperate retreat. In the command centers, Zorthian leaders watched in disbelief. Their initial reports had been vague and dismissive, but the reality of the lightsabers' effectiveness became undeniable. Alien strategists scrambled to analyze the new weapon and formulate countermeasures, but their efforts were hampered by the speed and unpredictability of the human tactics. The alien command convened urgently, grappling with the new reality and debating their next course of action. The sudden shift in power dynamics forced them to confront a growing concern: humanity was no longer an easy target. The battle concluded with a significant human victory. The Resistance's ability to reclaim the depot and disrupt the Zorthian supply lines marked a pivotal moment in the conflict. The effectiveness of the lightsabers was evident, and the victory provided a much-needed morale boost for the human forces. With their new weapon proving its worth on the battlefield, the human resistance gained confidence and momentum, setting the stage for future confrontations. The clash of titans had demonstrated that the tide of war was shifting, and the Zorthians' once unassailable dominance was now under serious threat. In the wake of their unexpected defeat, the Zorthians launched a comprehensive effort to understand and counter the lightsabers. Alien scientists and strategists delved into the recovered human weapons, conducting extensive analyses to determine their operational principles and vulnerabilities. Laboratories were filled with simulations and experiments aimed at deciphering the lightsabers' energy fields and construction. Data from captured battlefield footage and reports from Zorthian troops were scrutinized to identify patterns and weaknesses. The Zorthians were determined to find a solution, yet the complexity and novelty of the lightsabers presented a formidable challenge. As the Zorthian research progressed, they began developing new countermeasures. Advanced weapon prototypes were created, including energy disruptors intended to neutralize the lightsabers' energy fields and armored suits designed to resist their cutting power. Tactical strategies were also updated to include counter-engagement techniques that aimed to outmaneuver the lightsaber-wielding humans. However, despite their efforts, the Zorthians faced significant difficulties. The unpredictable nature of the human tactics, combined with the rapid evolution of the lightsabers' use in combat, made it challenging to create effective countermeasures. Every new Zorthian strategy seemed to be met with an equally innovative human response. Internal conflict brewed within the Zorthian ranks as the struggle to regain control intensified. High-ranking officers and strategists, once confident in their imminent victory, now faced mounting pressure and dissent from their subordinates. The inability to quickly adapt to the new threat led to frustration and blame shifting among the Zorthian leadership. Some factions called for a more aggressive approach, while others advocated for a strategic retreat to regroup and reassess. The unity that had characterized their conquest began to fracture, and the sense of invulnerability that once pervaded their ranks began to erode. In response to the Zorthian countermeasures, the human resistance demonstrated remarkable adaptability and resourcefulness. They quickly integrated lessons learned from each engagement into their tactics, continuously refining their approach to maximize the effectiveness of their lightsabers. New combat techniques emerged, leveraging the lightsabers' versatility to exploit the weaknesses of Zorthian countermeasures. The human forces adapted their training and strategies to anticipate and counter the Zorthian innovations. The Resistance's ability to stay ahead of their adversaries reinforced their resilience and commitment to victory, further tipping the balance of power in their favor. In a critical battle that would become a turning point in the conflict, the human resistance executed a flawlessly coordinated assault on a heavily fortified Zorthian stronghold. Using their lightsabers with strategic brilliance, they executed a series of maneuvers designed to exploit the weaknesses in the Zorthian defenses. The humans, having adapted to the aliens' countermeasures, employed their lightsabers in ways that rendered the Zorthian energy disruptors and armored suits ineffective. Precision strikes and coordinated attacks overwhelmed the Zorthian forces, whose new defenses crumbled under the relentless, agile assault of the human fighters. The battle revealed the growing desperation among the Zorthian leadership. Reports from the front lines confirmed that their once formidable advantage was slipping away. The Zorthian commanders convened in a series of high-stakes meetings, where internal strife began to surface. Arguments erupted over whether to intensify their offensive or shift to a defensive posture. Some leaders advocated for an all-out assault to regain lost ground, while others urged a strategic withdrawal to regroup and reassess. The lack of consensus and the visible decline in their control eroded the Zorthians' confidence and exposed fractures within their command structure. As the human forces secured a decisive victory, the impact on the broader war effort became clear. The stronghold's fall was a massive blow to the Zorthian campaign, disrupting their strategic operations and weakening their hold on key territories. The victory marked a significant shift in the balance of power, providing a much-needed boost to human morale and momentum. The Resistance's success demonstrated their growing strength and the effectiveness of their new weaponry. The human forces erupted in celebration following their triumph. The sense of relief and accomplishment was palpable as the Resistance fighters and their supporters reveled in their hard-won victory. The defeat of the Zorthian stronghold was not just a tactical win, but a symbol of human resilience and unity. The triumph reinforced their belief in their own capabilities and solidified their resolve to continue the fight. The balance of the war had shifted, and with renewed determination, the human resistance prepared to press their advantage and push back against the encroaching alien threat. In the aftermath of the conflict, human efforts to rebuild and recover began in earnest. Cities that had been ravaged by war were slowly restored, and the focus shifted from survival to reconstruction. Resources were allocated to repairing infrastructure, aiding displaced populations, and revitalizing communities. The lightsabers, once a symbol of desperation, became integral to human military practices and culture. They were not only celebrated as a revolutionary weapon but also integrated into ceremonial and symbolic roles. The technology inspired new innovations and became a central part of training programs, reflecting the adaptability and resourcefulness of humanity. From the alien perspective, the defeat forced a significant reassessment. The Zorthians, once confident in their dominance, now faced a stark reality. Their view of humanity evolved from dismissive contempt to a grudging acknowledgement of human resilience and ingenuity. Surviving alien factions, reeling from their losses, began to fragment. Some sought to regroup and plan for future conflicts, while others proposed diplomatic solutions, recognizing the futility of further aggression. The Zorthians' internal discord revealed the depth of their disarray and the shifting priorities among their leadership. The legacy of the lightsabers continued to resonate throughout human society. The weapons, now symbols of triumph and unity, played a role in maintaining peace and security. They were displayed in museums, used in ceremonial contexts, and remained a potent reminder of humanity's victory. Their influence extended beyond military applications, inspiring technological advancements and fostering a renewed sense of confidence among humans. As the dust settled, the final reflection on the conflict underscored themes of human ingenuity and resilience. The story of the lightsabers and the battle against the Zorthians became a testament to humanity's ability to overcome seemingly insurmountable odds. It highlighted the strength and capability of the human spirit, proving that even in the face of overwhelming adversity, innovation and determination could lead to triumph. The closing scene reinforced the HFY message: humanity's resourcefulness and unity had turned the tide of war, leaving an enduring legacy of strength and perseverance.